Hi, folks. Today is July 1st, and that's a particular day because it's Canada Day, Canada's national holiday, when we stop and pause and celebrate. It's kind of like July the 4th in the United States, but not quite like July the 4th in the United States. Here in Canada, we don't have Manifest Destiny. We don't have My Country 'Tis of You. We don't have City on a Hill or any of those sorts of things. It's a much different kind of thing. But this year, Canada Day is muted, it's quiet, it's silent, it's ambiguous, because as we come into Canada Day today, it's with an awareness that lying behind us, there are events that we've got to wrestle with. And so when I was driving home early this afternoon along one of our main streets, the traffic was all stopped and the police sirens were out. And there was a crowd of protesters banging drums. And immediately when one saw the orange shirts, one saw that these were First Nations peoples, and they were protesting the deaths of their children at the residential schools that has done terrible things to them. And the reason for this is that there are discoveries of graves of hundreds and hundreds of children who were forcibly sent to these residential schools and who died for various reasons and were buried without names, without real graves, and without their parents even knowing. So there's deep grief. And this deep grief amongst the First Nations peoples is quite appropriately turned back on the country of Canada, which came and imposed itself upon them. And so they were carrying placards which were saying, "Expletive deleted Canada." So there was anger going on. So I drove home thinking about this. And then I took my dog for a walk a little while ago, and I'm walking up our street towards our park and our boulevard. And there on the corner, somebody had put up a whole series of Canadian flags. And beside those Canadian flags, there were signs saying 154 years old and love symbols. And this was all celebration of Canada. And as I was looking at that and thinking ambivalently about what all that means today, a car drives by and it stops, and its stop signals go on, and a woman gets out and she's dressed in hospital clothing, and it's clear that she's just got off her shift at the hospital just down the street. And as she comes out and runs across, I see that she's a Filipino and she has a camera, and she runs up to this set of flags and signs, and she's starting taking selfies with a great big smile on her face. And here you have another picture of someone who is delighted and thrilled to be in this country of Canada and to be able to have what it's given and brought. So you've got these two polarities going on in the middle of being Canada Day. And I'm wrestling with it because as a Christian, I really don't want to give loyalty to any nation. I think giving that kind of loyalty is contra to the whole sense of loyalty to Christ and loyalty to a bigger picture of being human beings together in Jesus. All these contradictions I was struggling with on July the 4th, which is Canada Day. And realizing that even at the end of COVID, where all kinds of churches are now anxious about what are they going to look like and how is life going to go forward for them, there are huge issues underneath this about what it means to be a Christian, what it means to be a Christian as we move to the end of the nation state. What does it mean to be a Christian when we can no longer, particularly as white people, claim our privilege that we have inappropriately for so long? What does it mean to live into what Paul describes so clearly and resonantly? In Christ, there is no black or white. There is no inside, outside, but we are all made one together. And to live in that all being made at one together is a higher commitment and value than my country 'tis of thee. So Canada Day raises lots of ambivalence, lots of issues. May as you celebrate your Canada Day or your July the 4th, these questions would circulate and the Spirit would speak. Thank you.